Hey, it's Ross Payne with Role Playing Public Radio. This is Unknown Armies, a treasure hunt, the campaign finale. Woo. Hopefully.
Maybe. Let's see how sidetracked we can get.
I mean,
can we crash the Proud Mary?
You're kind of on rails in that you're on a river. And you can't. And you can.
We are not, in fact, on a river.
You are.
We are on a riverboat queen.
Okay, you are on a riverboat queen. That is on a river.
Yes. One might even say
property.
Rolling.
Yes.
On a river.
Yep. You sure can. Proud Mary is rolling down the river towards.
Oh God, it's rolling.
So if you want,
save my flask.
It is an old. You have your flask. You have your special cup, and the boat seems to be piloting itself, but it's also quite foggy all around you. You can and you don't seem to have a lot of control over the boat itself, at least on initial inspection. You can certainly mess with that if you want to. But you're in a perpetual fog, twilight. It's neither day nor night.
What spirit do I need to equip to remove fog from the battlefield?
Hey, someone else has been playing that game.
So speaking of spear, or at least something long and shaft-like, we do have the divining rod, do we not?
Mm-hmm.
And the maps.
Mm-hmm.
And we've got a great big riverboat queen full of staterooms.
Yep.
I suggest we find...
I swore he was going to say seaman.
No, we don't have anybody on here except for the three of us, it seems. But I suggest that we find one of these staterooms, perhaps raid the closet, and put these maps out on a table so that we can figure out where we need to go.
Oh, yeah. That is sort of the question, isn't it? How do you get to the island? All three maps do agree that the treasure is on an island in the middle of the river. And the question is, how do you get through they diverge on how, if you looking at the maps, you see that you're all generally aware of the geography of the Mississippi River. And this
such as it is.
And this does not match it in that these rivers loop and twist and fork multiple times, but in a maze-like way, almost like a labyrinth, one would say. But each of the three maps of, let's say, parchment, skin, and...
Gosh, spoilers.
Yeah, I mean...
I'm teasing about what that one was.
Weird leather, sorry, yeah.
Cave cow.
Cave
cow.
We
decided it was cave cow.
It was cave cow. What was the third one? Was it metal? I can't remember.
I think it was a metal.
Yeah. Gold, I think. I forgot to look up my notes on that. I actually did write it down, but...
Sounds right.
Yeah.
What now, present Ross? You can't blame past Ross.
Oh, no, a ship's sail, yeah. Made of gold, human skin, and a ship's sail. So it's actually not paper. Gold, skin, and sail. So you'll have to you can use the divining rod to point to which of the three maps you should follow, and then you kind of have to figure out how you're going to actually control the ship to follow the path of the map.
So that brings me to my next question: staterooms.
Okay.
What kind of clothes are in the closets?
Give me a secrecy check.
That is a no, but I can flip it. Under the noble passion of preserving history.
All right. Almost all the clothes you find are utterly moth-ridden and ruined. They're mere threads, but there's one piece of clothing that is still intact. It is very vintage. You can designate it. What kind of 19th century steamboat era clothing would you want to find?
A breech coat.
A breech coat. Okay. So yeah, you find that.
Excellent. So first off, I'm going to require a minor charge because I got my hands on a new garment.
You did.
Secondly, I'm going to head up to the bridge.
All right.
And take a look around and see what's going on.
All right. This is the only, because it is twilight, you can see a little bit, but there is actually a lit oil lamp hanging from the rafters or the roof of the bridge that is providing a little more illumination. The wheel is there. You can see clearly. It is still intact. It's a steamboat bridge, so there's very little else there. So while you're doing that, what are you two going to be doing?
Well, speaking of steam, I'm going to go unders and try to figure out what's propelling the thing, just out of curiosity.
Okay, so you're going to the engine room?
Yes.
All right. And Nate, what do you...
I guess I'll figure out the map thing then, guys. Okay. Sounds good.
Nate, bring that map once you figure out which one is the right one up, if you would.
Okay.
Meet me on the bridge, darling.
Yes. What do I do with the stick?
You see Cici, you see the lust for clothes just in his eyes, like as he sees the staterooms and begins searching them frantically.
I'm gonna fumble around with the maps and divining rod.
All right.
Remember the bit in, I think it was the third Hitchhiker's Guide, where they're talking about the ruler of the universe that wakes up basically in a new world every morning and how he tries to figure out how to get the crossword and the pencil to interact?
Okay.
Yeah, that's me.
All right. So what skill do you want to use for that? Secrecy would probably be good.
Yeah.
All right.
I think I will.
Or knowledge.
Yeah, this is a little more esoteric.
Weird that.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. Reds have been 10 all the time because they have the same number of letters. It's easy to remember. So, yeah, that's 15 out of 50.
Okay. So you know the basic, there are ways of divining with a divining rod, and one of them is simply to, let the spirit guide it, kind of, like a planchette on a Ouija board. So you can devise a sort of little, you can either try and hold it without influencing it and see if it moves on its own, or you could put it on a string and see which way, and put the three maps around it and see which way it tilts.
Yeah, I'm going to do that.
All right, so you start constructing a little thing to suspend it over the three maps and see which one it points to. As you're working on that, Glenn, you get to the engine room. You can hear the boilers. You can hear the sound of machinery past the door, but the door is closed.
Okay, I'll try to open it.
It is locked.
It is locked. All right. I have nothing that... I have no identities that can factor into that. What would the default skill be? Secrecy?
Yeah, it would be a habit. It's... Lockpicking untrained is not easy.
Yeah.
You're jamming a paperclip in a hole and hoping it does something.
Can't get my door open half the time. If I hadn't have that, it would have worked, but oh well.
As you're doing that, you hear a voice, "Hey, who's messing around?"
Just having a look around.
This engine room's, no passengers messing with the engine room.
All right. Just having a look, seeing who's running my boat.
Your boat?
Well, I paid my ticket, didn't I?
That don't make it yours, pal.
Don't call me pal, fella.
Who you calling fella, sir?
All right.
Who you calling sir, guy?
Is there a person talking to me, or are they on the other side of the door? Okay.
Yeah. I have no idea.
Who are you calling guy, you rascallion?
All right. Good work. Keep it up.
Hey, before you go, though.
Yeah.
You give me something from the bar? Wet my whistle?
Yeah, where's it about?
Just down the hall, up the stairs, and to your right.
Yeah. What's your poison?
Oh, I ain't picky.
All right.
Surprise me.
I just often do.
All right.
See you in a bit.
So he goes. So, Cici, you're on the bridge. Are you still waiting for the map?
Well, I'm putting on the coat.
Okay.
And I'm just going to revel in it for a moment, spend a minor charge, the one that I got for getting the coat, to activate whatever seamanship properties would come with this, because after all, I am wearing a bridge coat on a bridge.
Mm-hmm.
So I might be a riverboat pilot now.
All right, give me a roll.
Yes.
All right.
I am, in fact, a riverboat pilot.
What's your natural at?
I mean,
5?
either
All right.
that or you're a con man.
Vestomancer. Functionally the same.
This is gonna be a 6. Give me a try and resist unnatural.
Let's see. Defend with knowledge. Nope.
All right. You're in the bar wearing the coat, and you're not you. And you're playing cards with someone with a very well-trimmed goatee and a hat, and he is smiling and smoking a cigarello. And you are losing a card game that you don't want to lose because the stakes are very high, and this is all happening, and you're not in control. So you're just going to be on having a little trip in memory lane because this coat was someone else's coat. And this is a very special riverboat. So, meanwhile, let's see, Nate, you devise it, and you tie the string to the divining rod to hang over the 3 things, but then you try and tie the string over the little, rod you want to hang over it, and the string just falls off. The loop does not hold.
Strings fall apart. The loop cannot hold.
The string is actually still intact. It's just literally as though something invisible undid the
The
knot.
falcon cannot hear the falconer.
Get a Moxie point for making a reference. I understood that. So, what do you want to do?
Well, obviously the first time out, I'm just going to try again.
All right. Happens
'Cause
again.
I'm not a Boy Scout. It could just be user error. I'm going to stare at the divining rod exasperatedly for a moment. What I'm going to do, so, like, we were in a stateroom, something, and, like, I've cleared a space. And so instead of whatever I was doing, I'm going to, like, put the 3 maps 120 degrees apart and about a yard from each other. And I'm just going to toss the divining rod straight up in the air with a lot of spin and get out of the way.
Okay. As you do that, nothing happens. And then you look.
Does it fall? Does gravity suddenly suspend?
No, it's stuck to your hand.
Well, fine then, be that way. I'm going
You can give me a secrecy check.
Yeah, okay.
To try and figure out what the problem is.
Yeah. Critical, actually, 44 out of 50.
Oh, well, these kind of soothsaying divination rituals need some kind of juice, some sort of charge to get started. It could be a charge of your own, or
Okay.
it could be, soothsayers would often, sacrifice birds to read their entrails. There's a lot of...
That would be augury. This isn't augury.
Soothsaying, is that was the job type description. But,
And besides, we wouldn't use a bird. Bird guts lie.
well... There are different
Use a
traditions.
horse instead.
You need some sort of fuel to get the ritual to work.
Well, seeing as I'm not an agromancer,
Yeah.
I will, in fact, just eat an audio charge.
Okay. Is it a minor or
It's a minor.
a minor?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's all I got.
Yeah.
I don't have a cup that just, poops out significant charges for me to drink every morning.
All right. Fair enough. Well, you could all traumatize your teammates and record what they say about it. So,
Gosh, which one of those is actively consuming a resource and which one's not?
all right.
Just to throw it out there, come find either of us, and we're probably undergoing a little bit of trauma on this riverboat now. Just
Well,
throwing
I'm
that
just busy trying to hold up my end of the bargain.
All right. So you concentrate, let go of the charge, and Are you going to do the string thing again, or are you going to throw it?
I will do the string.
All right. And it starts bending improbably as though it was magnetized towards the sail map.
Huh. Really figured it'd be the human flesh one.
Classic fake out.
Yeah.
All right. Sail map it is.
Mm-hmm.
Cart that on up there. I'll actually grab all three and the divining rod.
Okay.
And I'll probably wind up the string too.
All right. Meanwhile, Glenn, you're at the bar, which is quite dusty. You see there are several tables set up. Some of them still have cards on them. There's a few broken bottles. A pistol on the ground, a revolver, and there is a skeletal bartender strewn over the counter. And there is a hole in the glass behind the counter.
It's the late show.
But there's quite a few bottles of various alcoholic liquids.
How many bullets in the gun?
You pick it up?
Yes.
Okay. There are 5 spent casings. It's a revolver, so yeah.
Okay. And you said there was a hole in the glass behind the bar?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Going kind of through the bartender where...
Are you examining the skeletal remains?
Yes.
All right, give me... what's your violence at?
3.
Yeah, that's fine. Give me a notice check.
Notice. I'll flip on compassion because I want to know what suffering happened here. Something big obviously happened here.
Sure. 4 of the 5 bullets went in the bartender. 1 was through his head, which went straight into the mirror.
Where'd the 5th go? Did it miss?
Who can say?
The other 3 are in. There's 3 broken bottles that would correspond having gone through the bartender and into the back wall. Or into the shelf with all the booze on it.
Okay. I'll do what I came here to do then. I'll check the cabinet and see what's available. See if I can find something that a working class fellow would enjoy.
Sure. There's some rot gut. So some Jim Beam, probably. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So you head back.
Yeah. Grab a bottle, a couple glasses.
Yeah. Okay. So you go back there. How do you announce yourself?
Guy didn't tell me his name.
Nope.
Knock on the door. Hey, got a little something for you.
All right. The door opens. It is utterly black inside, utterly dark.
Just like my soul.
Yeah, and it's very dark in here anyway. There's very little light because there's no windows, and there's no interior lights on anywhere. So something comes out, grabs the bottle and one of the glasses. Thanks. I haven't had a drink in ages. Damn captain hasn't let me off the shift.
Was that for you in slip, or did he actually? Well, that's a rough gig. How long have you been working this ship?
Oh, feels like ages.
Well, why don't I go have a word with the captain? Where do I find him this time of day?
I'll be up in the bridge, of course.
All right, I figured, but some captains like to wander.
All right. So meanwhile, you're watching the man with the goatee put down a winning hand of cards, and
that's going to beat my aces and eights.
Yep. And but you start barking orders, and two men who are both working on the ship grab the man with the goatee, and there's.
We don't take kindly to card cheats on this boat.
Oh. And the goatee says he never cheats at cards. He only plays to win. Somehow
he's a man of wealth and taste.
Yeah. Somehow a pistol comes out, and as he, but he is disarmed, and you have the men throw him overboard, and you all laugh as you watch him just sink under the water, because he was a card cheat and no one would. It's late at night.
Looks like he doesn't know how to swim.
Yep, just write it off as an accident. No one will miss him. And then later, you're all drinking. It's past midnight. You're just going to drink until it's dawn and work. You don't need to sleep anyway. When you all hear boot steps coming into the bar, you turn, and there he is. And at this time, it's just you and the bartender. Your other men have gone to sleep. And the bartender starts reaching behind the counter. 4 shots, 3 in the chest, 1 in the head. And then the 5th one, and suddenly you feel pain in your heart. And you're you back in reality. And you just have an excruciating pain in your chest. And yeah, there's a bullet hole in your bridge coat.
At least I did find the captain's coat.
You did find the captain's coat, and he cheated someone he should not have cheated.
He definitely cheated someone he shouldn't have cheated.
So, at this point, you realize you could either... the captain is... Somewhere here is the reason why the ship is still, plying its trade along this particular river, wherever this particular river is. And probably maybe not everyone should be rescued, or maybe they should if you wanted to. If you wanted help getting to navigate the maze, the captain would surely help. But there's obviously, you're going to have to pay a price to rescue the captain. And that's going to be a very high price indeed. So you can just trust your own skill checks to navigate the river, or you can get help. So
I think that is something I need to tell my compatriots about.
All right.
Cici?
So at this point, Nate and Glenn come in. Nate comes in a little early with the right map.
Yay!
Yay!
Presumably.
Well, the navigation table is right here.
Okay. The fancy stick says this one.
Yep.
Oh, the fancy stick.
Yep. The dividing one.
Oh, good.
And so you know which way to. The first fork is coming up soon, and the water's going to get choppy. So you're going to have to navigate. And then Glenn shows up.
Hey, Cici, you haven't seen the captain around, have you? Nice coat.
Yes, it belongs to the captain.
Oh. He isn't about, is he? Because this boat's got some spooks on it.
About that. I think we need to go left.
First turn is left, yeah. So you make the skill check then.
Well, fortunately, I've got a 70 in it because Vestomancer.
Mm-hmm.
Odd 5.
All right. So you make the first turn expertly, stealing the captain's skill or possessing the captain's skill without actually having to deal with all the captain's metaphysical bullshit. So,
hooray for skipping metaphysical bullshit.
Okay, so let's talk about some of this metaphysical bullshit since you bring it up. Seemingly out of nowhere, crazy voice from the sky. Nate, was that you? Please tell me that was you.
The crazy metaphysical. Yeah.
Oh, good. So,
Sorry, it just seems like a thing to say a whole lot in our lives right now.
also fair. So let's talk the good news and the bad news and the weird news, shall we?
Well, at least these folks are in a talking mood. Aren't just trying to take us for all they're worth.
I've been meaning to start up a show called The Weird News. Do you think people would be into that?
Fairly certain, yes.
You don't think I'd be like ripping off that newspaper column that's mostly stories about guys from Florida, do you?
Oh, no, that's... they changed the name of that one. It's Florida Man Attacks. But no, so let's talk about the fact that we are not alone on this boat.
I mean, okay.
I'm fairly certain that we're the only 3 living beings on this boat. But there's at least one ghost that has been trapped in servitude. He ran afoul of the wrong man. He played a game for stakes that he should not have, and cheated death in the most pragmatic of ways. And for that, the bill came due. So the captain is still here. We could make promises to him, and he could guide the boat, or you can trust my skill at guiding the boat.
I don't suppose this is what he used to pay it off. What was it? I brandished the pistol.
As a matter of fact, yes.
There's one bullet left. I found 4 holes.
The 5th one was in the captain himself.
Oh.
Here's hole number 5.
Gotcha.
Oh, but the other 4 were in the bartender?
One was in the bartender, right? The other 3
All 4 were in the bartender.
All 4, yeah.
There was only one part of the bartender left that still really showed it.
Yeah. The other 3 in the torso. There were 3 broken bottles behind him.
Yeah. His earthly remains are still down there, as was the gun and the cards, and what's left of the bar.
Well, the straight flush was held by the man with the goatee. One might even say a Van Dyke.
Yeah, you could. He's very stylish.
Belonging to a man... Oh, that was a lovely waistcoat and just the right pocket watch. Truly a man of wealth and taste.
Excuse me.
Yep. So the next turn is coming up soon. This one will be to the right. So do you want to make the skill check, or do you want to try and make a deal?
I'm leaning towards trusting my skill for now.
If there's
You got this.
anything I learned from video games in the last year, it's don't dice with the devil.
Hey-o. All right.
Okay, so that is a fail.
It is a fail.
Except for the fact that it is under Vestomancer, which I can flip automatically.
All right. It is.
So I'm flipping that.
All right. So the final turn will be coming up soon. That will be another turn to the left. But yeah, so as you continue on, the ship creaks and almost moans as it shakes as the water is getting rougher and the sky, it's getting darker too. It'll be very hard to see the turn at this point unless someone finds another lamp or light source and goes to the front of the ship, the bow,
Sure.
and holds it aloft so the pilot has something to see.
I can go scrounging.
Yeah.
No, you can't, Glenn. It's too dangerous for you.
You are drunk.
But the coal shoveler owes me a solid. I got him a drink.
And Nate, would you care to carry this out there?
Yeah, do we have a spare lamp already?
Yeah, you can find a spare lamp. Yeah.
Okay. Yes, I will go.
All right.
On account of...
On account of free running.
Yes, you're very good at this, and you're not afraid of the water.
Exactly. That's 2 votes for.
All right. It is beginning to rain. In fact, it is pouring as you head out. So give me that free running check.
37 out of 42.
All right. You get to the bow and you start holding it up. So you can see. What is your helplessness at, Nate?
2.
2. Yeah, give me a helplessness check because you can see the rocks coming up ahead and you're holding up that lamp and God, you hope this is going to be enough because this is going to be real scary.
Yeah, it's a fail.
All right. Well, yeah, I would say freeze is probably what you're doing.
Yes.
But you're freezing in a useful position.
I'll do that.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. Hold it right there.
So you're just holding on to the ship and holding the lamp up, giving
That's
you some.
what I'm going to be doing for a while.
All right.
So that's an odd 3 out of 70.
All right. With a 3 out of 70, you managed to navigate it. The rapids.
Captain, let's talk for just a minute. I've made enough deals with the devil. I've got enough mortgages on my soul. Unfortunately, you went to the wrong member of the cabal.
All right, sorry.
But if you're still around,
Yeah.
it may be possible that you and I can talk later.
All right. So, yeah, you certainly can make all the deals you want after you get back to the ship. Assuming that happens, because almost as soon as you make the turn, soon after you make the turn, the skies lighten up and it becomes almost sunny, like pre-dawn. And the waters become very calm, and you can see a crude wooden dock on an island. You can't actually. It's the only bit of land you can see. The river is now impossibly wide. You cannot see either shore on the east or the west side.
So I'm going to check the chart.
Mm-hmm.
Is this the island?
Yes, it is.
Okay, now that we're here,
Mm-hmm.
let's pilot up to that dock.
Mm-hmm. So as you're docking the ship, you begin to see a person hobble their way down towards the dock. Person's carrying a long fishing rod and some looks like some sort of tackle box. As they get closer, you can see it's a woman. She has weathered skin, appears to be in her 50s or 60s, she is walking towards the pier.
Quick, pass that divining rod across the maps.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to throw a significant charge through it.
Okay.
Is it still the canvas map?
Yes.
Okay. Has the map changed now that we've arrived at our destination?
That's a really good question. Give me a notice check at half.
Nope.
Did it? Maybe a little bit? Was that there? Well, it's a little damp now. Some of the rain got in. There was a drip in the ceiling. What's your helplessness at?
Helplessness is at 3.
Yeah, you don't have to make a check, but it's certainly a bit nerve-wracking.
Well, fortunately,
It looks close.
that's why we have this map case.
Yeah.
So I'm going to roll up all 3 maps,
Mhm.
slide them into the case, and pick up the divining rod and head on down to meet with the rest of my cabal.
All right. So the 3 of you, I assume, are getting out of the ship, the riverboat.
Yes, I'm finally coming down off the bow.
Yeah.
We need to
Shivering.
cast on. So we need to tie up so that we can have the boat when we come back. They wrap around those claw thingy things.
The woman approaching you calls out, "You need help?"
Perhaps.
I'm pretty good on the ships. I can help you.
I'll try tying it off.
Of course, because you're an outdoorsman, you should know how to do
Of course,
this.
I can tie knots.
Okay, sure.
Hydrophobia. I want to get this over and done with so I can get off this bridge, off the dock.
Okay.
Flip a 91 to a 19.
All right. Good use of hydrophobia. All right. You secure the river boat, as safely as it can be. It is a large ship. You do so without the woman's help. Didn't know we'd have visitors today. I guess today's going to be quite a day of excitement.
Oh, indeed. What would be your name?
Oh, I'm just an old woman just living out here. I like fishing. You can just call me Fisher.
What was the pirate queen's name?
Koya Amaru. You can give me a notice check.
I may.
So do I.
All right, there are historical sketches of Koya Amaru, at least what is purported to be her, and there is perhaps a certain resemblance, family or otherwise, to her.
Okay. I'm a content creator. Of course, I know the esoteric side of history.
Mm-hmm.
What would be the appropriate means of address for a pirate queen?
Okay.
47 out of 48.
Okay. There's a negative 20 penalty. No.
Fuck you.
There's a negative 1 for 2%. But, so, you remember Koya Amaru was very much a commoner. Well, she claimed to be descended from Tupac Amaru, the last of the Inca kings. That's descended, the granddaughter. And so she claims to be descended from royalty. So, but she wanted, she was almost, judging from extant writings there are of her, she was very much an anti-royalist, down with the absolute monarchs of the day. So she, you could just address her by name if you want to.
The proper way to acknowledge her rank would be the number of ships she commanded. Did she have multiple, or was it a single ship?
Oh, it was multiple at one time.
So you could call her Commodore without getting any offense.
You could try that. Sure, you remember that Wikipedia section. Or you could call her Fisher, as she requested to be called.
Let's just go with Fisher for
right
now.
So you have a little bit more information about who this may be, or may be a descendant of. You're not sure. Well, you're already.
We just rode the Devil's Steamboat across the Lost Woods Mississippi River. It's the fucking pirate queen.
So, you come a long ways. Do you think you're close to what you're looking for?
I would think.
Oh, well, that's good.
Have you managed much luck with your fishing today?
Oh, well, yeah. I mean, how else would I eat? I mean, she sort of pats her right leg. Oh, ever since I got, a little injury, I would can't really hunt anymore. Fishing's the only way I can earn my dinner.
Well, you asked before if we needed help.
Mm-hmm.
It seems to me that you will be far more help as a local guide than you would as someone to tie up the boat. But the only question I have for that is, what would you like in return? Because after all, you've got the food that you need to sustain yourself.
Well, to be honest, okay, well, then indulge my curiosity, if you want. What do you think is here, and what do you want to do with it?
Well, one might say that we seek illumination.
Mm. Well, I mean, does he speak for you all?
In a form. It may not be the same illumination for all, but we are seeking something rather major.
Mm-hmm. Again, does he speak for you? Oh?
Yeah, it's been quite an adventure. Just trying to see if it's worthwhile.
All right.
Been pretty spectacular so far, if not what I expected.
Mm.
But no matter what, I'm fairly certain that we will treasure the things that we find along the way.
Okay. And do you agree with him?
I mean, I'll admit, I was pretty close to along for the ride. I figured I was paying myself an experience.
I see. And what do you intend to do with this experience? Well, if you find what you're looking for,
I'm not sure I've made it that far yet.
all right.
I might just be climbing the mountain because it's there.
Oh, okay.
Whereas I'm going to change the world.
Oh, well, there's a lot of ways to change the world. How do you intend to change the world?
Well, hopefully for the better.
All right. Well, I asked you what you wanted to do, and that you told me. Yeah, there's a. I have a little shack that I sleep in, but there's nothing there except for my bed. But there is a shrine here, and some say there's a treasure inside. Although I've not been in there for a very long time.
Shrine to whom?
Well, some to say to God, some say to the devil, some say to
Bob.
some say to
Stand-up guy,
man, or all of us. But there's supposed to be a treasure inside. But
some would say they're all one and the same.
There's in order to get to the treasure, there is a door with 3 locks. You need 3 keys for each of the. You need 3 keys to open each of the 3 locks.
Wasn't that the sequel to Seven Brides for Seven Brothers?
So there is a key in 3 rooms surrounding the central vault, and in each room there is a trial.
So, just to be sure.
Which hats would you like to wear?
So, just to be sure, is that 3 keys?
3 keys total.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was about to say, is that
It's been a while since I've talked.
Okay.
But if there's one, there's going to be more. You'll probably have people here showing up very soon. If not, they might be here already. You never know.
Seems like you know everything about this island. You lived here your whole life.
Oh, no. I had a life back in the day, but things change. Like I said, my injury keeps me grounded.
Well, we thank you very much for your assistance. If you can show us to the shrine.
Oh, you can't miss it. It's just up the hill.
Perhaps we can be of service to you at some point.
I would appreciate it. I don't know. How would you assist me?
You must be lonely having spent all this time here. Do you have friends? Is there a community here?
I'm not so worried. I'm not. Unless you can heal an injury like that.
What kind of injury are we talking?
Well, I was attacked. I was betrayed, and I was lamed. I can't. Unless you can heal a crippling leg wound, there's not much you can do for me.
I'll hold that thought. I might be able to do something. I know something of medicine.
Oh no, this is beyond like surgery or leeches or what have you. This is something that only a miracle could cure. I've come to peace with it. Don't worry about yourself. You're young. You have your own concerns.
Well, there can be miracles.
There can. Maybe you'll see one up there.
Perhaps.
All right.
Leeches.
And with that, the 3 of you walk up the hill, following the path that is well beaten and well weathered, heading to the. As you easily see, there is a shrine. Well, that's the only way you can describe it. It looks like almost like a ancient Greek temple of stone with well chiseled columns. Ionic, Corinthian, I'm one of those. You didn't study ancient
architecture.
Yeah,
Right?
Yeah, basically. So the 3 of you.
But one thing to be said, it is classical. At least it's not brutalist.
Whoa. All right. I came here in a game not to be. Anyways.
Just feeling so attacked.
No, I'm feeling so attacked right now.
I'm not saying that brutalist is bad. It just wouldn't fit this island aesthetic.
Yeah. As you are walking up the hill towards the shrine, you look around. All three of you give me notice checks.
Nope.
No.
Guys, all I'm saying is, if it's one of those things where there's one guy who lies and one guy who tells the truth, I'm just going to be really disappointed. I'm just rambling about that.
All right.
Because of my fear of the mob, I will flip that.
Okay. That's
Because
probably.
she did warn that there are others.
Yeah. In fact, you can see there are other docks, there are other boats that are landing as you get there.
Specifically, other guys. The other guys.
It literally is the other guys. There is a boat with the other guys. The rival cabal from Cairo, Illinois. They got here. You only beat them by a few minutes, it seems. Those bastards, they must have been tailing you this whole time.
This entire time.
So that was their shtick, was to simply, follow you and, stay in your wake, essentially, and then overtake you at the very last second, those assholes, while you did all the hard work.
How many demon angel bird things did they have destroy cities? None. That's how big.
Exactly. Yeah, those assholes.
It's almost like
That's how the other guys work. They wait, they swoop in at the last minute, take your best ideas.
Fucking mooch.
Yep.
don't worry, we've still got a trick or two up our sleeve.
So you get to the temple first, though, and you can see it is as the Fisher described. There is one vault door, but there are three other rooms that are open. And you can see into there are three symbols on there. One is a chalice on one of the open rooms. The second one is a symbol. It looks like armor with an arrow flying at it. And then the third one is a Greek style mask, but it is simply talking, not happy or sad.
I see. So you go to the one with the chorus mask, Nate. Glenn, you've got the chalice, and I've got the armor.
Alternatively, we could not do the obvious thing.
You could also simply go in the room. That doesn't mean you have to commit to the challenge yet. You can find out what each room's deal is before you commit to something.
I'm just saying we should divide our efforts to get there before the other guys.
Absolutely. But, I mean, just considering how tailored this is, kind of looks like a trap.
What?
Just because something is tailored does not mean it is a trap.
All right, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to use that word.
It means it's a trapping.
All right. So what do you want to do?
We can at least look at them.
Yes.
All right, which one are you going to look at first?
Chalice.
All right, you go in the room with the chalice. There are 6 fucking chalices. 6 cups. But each one is actually, you can tell it's actually not, it's oversized, and you realize it's actually sort of kind of like a lid concealing something, or like, we're going to Indiana Jones.
Oh, no. I was thinking, have you seen the meme here lately where it's like, Jigsaw, you've wasted your entire life drinking craft beers. The key to this room is somewhere in one of 200 me. I'm done.
I've not seen that one. Send it to me.
That's it, yeah. I'll see that.
Yeah. But as you do, there is a old woman there, and she says, hello. I am the agent of this room. It's steward, if you will. And in this room, what you seek is a treasure of life. But in order to understand life, you must understand death first. And each of these is a actual cup, a container. That was owned by a person who died. You may determine who that person was and how they died. But once you, and then whoever, since there are other challengers coming, whoever answers the most correctly will be granted the key. There are only 6 total. So first to.
So I have to try to figure out how each of the 6 people associated with these cups died.
Mm-hmm.
And what's under the lid?
The cup itself. I did not want to give you any information before you undertook the challenge.
Understood.
Glenn, do you have this one?
I have no idea. What do you guys got?
All right. So are you going to go to the other ones?
I'm going to go to the one with the armor.
All right.
While it is a tailored challenge.
Yeah. So you go to the... It is the tailor challenge. So there is actually a tailor, an old man with a taper on his neck and the whole vest and suit thing, and he's like, "Oh, hello. I have a client. She." This is the room of proofing. We need something that is proof against all of life's slings and arrows and outrageous fortune and all that.
I see.
So you have to pick the exact right whatever that will let her withstand life's challenges. And the one that she picks will be the one who gets the key.
Well, I will gladly place my haute couture against anyone else. I'm going to take off the jacket and hang it by the door and close the door behind me, say to the others, I've got this one.
Oh, you have to leave the door open, of course. The other challengers have to be able to come in as well.
There are going to be no other challengers, my dear man. Because once she lays eyes on the garment that I create...
Well, that will take some time. They'll have time to catch up.
Oh, no, they won't.
All right. But so you're going ahead and getting to this challenge.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I've already got my sleeves rolled up, and I'm grabbing the appropriate fabrics.
Yeah.
Do you want me to write out what I'm doing, Ross? I can write out what I'm doing.
I know you can, but you haven't met the client yet. So you go to the third room, the one with the face, the talking face, and there's just an old man with a wild white beard.
Stay a while
and listen. He just looks at you. Why should I give you anything?
Why are you presuming I came here to get something?
Oh, so you're lying. That's how you're going to start out.
I mean, can a question ever really be a lie?
It's under a false pretense. You're here for the key.
I'm here for a good story.
Now, I'm not here to tell you anything. You have to explain to me why I should give you the key. You undeserving miscreant.
Right, next you're going to call me a millennial?
Well, I remember the last millennium, and I didn't care for it at all. This is the room of rhetoric. So you have to convince the old man to give you the key. And he doesn't, he's not very nice. So, but as all three of you look at these challenges, the others fill, not only the other guys fill in, but
Flame War.
A guy comes in wearing a pirate costume who looks very angry, muttering to himself, as though his elaborate scheme to steal maps from you was foiled and his accomplice was imprisoned and jailed for the various crimes he committed. And then finally there is an angry, a very just murderous-looking woman carrying along some sort of ritual dagger, and she has a sweatshirt that says "Go PSL." So the head leader of the PSL cult. So they're all heading to one of their rooms, each one of them. So, but I'll give you guys a choice. Which one do you want to face as your opposition?
Oh, I'll take the old woman.
Okay. Very good. And let's see here. And Glenn, who do you want to face? The other guys or the Pirate King?
Oh. Take the Pirate King.
All right. And Bill.
Well, I guess again, I'm sort of left by default.
Yep, that's true. Sorry.
No, that's cool.
All right. So, but yeah, all the doors are open. So if any of you have problems, you can always rush in and help each other because whatever, it'd be kind of boring if you guys couldn't, help with each other. So, so as you go in, the chalice, the Pirate King comes in and says, "We have a score to settle."
Do we?
Yeah. Framing my accomplice for those masks deserve to be mine. I'm the one who's going to make the most use of the treasure. You're just a.
Who's the more foolish, the framer or the framee who framed the framer for framing the other person?
This is the room of rhetoric.
I don't have to take this from a dog napper. The old woman says, "All right, we'll begin. I'll reveal all 6 cups." So she pulls back the lids. There are 6 cups. The first one is a small plain cup that seems to have molasses in it. It smells like that to you. The next one is a dusty flask. And there are the initials GH. Let's see here. Then there is the third one is a paper cup with the Ford logo on it. An old style, not like the current Ford logo, like a slightly older version of it. Then there is a small plastic cup. Actually, no, it's a small plastic bag with Cyrillic writing on it. And it looks like it's supposed to be sucked through, almost like a UV bag. But and then there is a silver bowl or glass. No, it's a silver cup. And there's just this steaming hot or warm, it's not steaming, it's warm white liquid in it. You reckon you said, oh, it's milk. It's hot milk.
Yes.
Yeah,
from the hot milk drawer.
Yes. And then the final cup is actually has that's actually very easy to recognize. It has mercury in it. Yeah.
What's the vessel look like?
It's very ornate and seemingly made out of jade.
Mercury.
Yep.
All right.
So, let's see here. The other guy is going for the molasses fluid, the Pirate King is heading for picking up the molasses cup and taking a sip out of it. And gagging on it because it's there's hair in it. He bites on it. Oh God! He pulls out he retches. There's a tooth in it, like a human tooth.
Never had a Wild Friday. I reach for the paper cup.
All right. You taking a sip from it?
Yes.
All right. What's your unnatural at?
It is at a 5.
All right. So, actually, I'll let you choose. How intense do you want this vision to be?
I presume that the more intense it is, the more knowledge I get.
Mm-hmm.
Hit me.
As far as, all right, this is a natural 10. You're actually going to relive this guy's death. So go ahead and give me that unnatural check.
Defend with knowledge. That's a fail.
All right. Well, all right. You will get information, but it'll take you a while. And in fact, as you're reeling senseless, you sort of black out and you can't remember it. In the meantime, the guy says, the first one. This is from the 1919 molasses flood that killed 21 people in Boston. So the Pirate King gets that one right. Anyway, so you can think about the Ford Cup.
All right.
I will say it is from 1979.
Yep.
So let's see here. Meanwhile, you, Cici, you meet a very sad-looking, but regal-looking woman in her 40s. I need clothing for a viewing of a corpse, and then back to the exile, I suppose. What do you have for? How would you even understand?
Madam, I will have you know that I have done fittings for people at the highest and the lowest points in their lives. I have dressed for weddings and funerals aplenty. I have dressed for births and deaths and every significant event in between. If you can describe the event to me, I can make sure that you are not only comfortable, but that you are also the best dressed there. You will draw as much or as little attention as you want.
Roll Connect. Or I guess you could use another skill if you wanted to.
Style Magnet.
All right.
3.
All right. All right. She tells you yes, a funeral viewing. I don't want attention. I will have to leave after that and never return. And there's something else she doesn't want to say yet. So, but yeah.
You will have the deepest of mourning veil, so no one will see your face.
All right. Okay. Go and give me another roll to make those clothing.
76, but that's on Vestomancer, so that's going to be a 67.
Okay. So she takes the clothes and steps through a door. And then you think she's changing them to try them on. But then after a moment, the door on the opposite side of the room opens up and she's there and she's like, I'm going to meet someone. And she looks like maybe a little younger, a little, well, definitely happier. And there's a scent, and yeah, but she's definitely younger than she was, but she's definitely a lot happier. And she doesn't seem to have any memory of what just happened. I'm going to, he's just very dashing and he's working with my husband. And I want to dress to impress.
Oh, well then we are going to have to make sure that we get the girls all gathered up now, won't we?
Okay. So,
and by the way, one that I wanted to throw in if I could.
Mm-hmm.
Since the old woman
Mm-hmm.
From Piasaw
Mm-hmm.
is here,
Mm-hmm.
I kind of want to see if I can get her to put on that jacket by insinuating that the ship captain told me everything that I need for this challenge.
Okay.
And that his spirit lives within that coat.
That's definitely lying and manipulation. What would that be? Secrecy
Or lie?
or lie? Yeah, lie. That's a skill. That's a good. That is a critical failure.
That is a critical failure.
Awesome.
So she knows exactly what I'm trying to do, which is get her to put on the jacket, and she's not going to go anywhere near it.
Yep. And she gets a critical insight into it. Oh, wait a minute. I know what's going on. She starts to look. By the way, you're in that, when you step through in the room, it opens up into a much larger space that reveals a tailor shop of your dreams. Like every type of clothing is there. There's also
all the couture.
Like you can find anything. You can assemble any kind of outfit in this. So yeah, it's quite complete. So, but yeah, when you talk to her, she's like, wait a minute. And she starts digging through the clothes. She's got an idea on what's going on. So you can give me a secrecy check.
Odd 5.
Okay.
That definitely makes.
So it's not picking one set of clothing for this challenge. She never accepted the clothes. She never said, I choose you as my tailor or whatever. I accept your choice. She took the clothes and left without saying anything. And she would have to say these things to you in order for you to get the key from her. So what is happening to her is sort of key to what's going on. So what is going on with her? So that is a good question. But
I have an idea.
Okay. So as you are going through that, you choose, you give her, are you going to give her an outfit, or are you just going to, because every time you give her an outfit, you get more information from her to figure out what real clothing is to give to her.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm going to give her this outfit, see if I can confirm my suspicion.
Okay.
But this is going to be the right one for meeting the man that is her husband's business partner.
Mm-hmm. Who she's very impressed with.
Whom she is very impressed with. But I will also suggest the use of a small veil, just in case her husband happens to come a-looking.
Okay. All right. So you do that. And she goes through. And meanwhile, Nate. So at this point, the other guys come in and they look at you. And you realize it's actually hard to remember what they look like. They are literally the other guys. They have figured out some method of making themselves as anonymous and as replaceable and as generic as it's actually a great cover ability because it's the other guys. They did it. And you can't nail them to a specific person. It's hard to target them with specific rituals or anything. So, but they're here in the room with you, so you can at least punch them in the face.
That's really my style.
Yeah. Well, something. So, they look at you. They say, well, just give it to us and we won't hurt you. How's that? I don't even give a shit if I'd live or die at this point. I've seen so much misery and stupidity. It'd be a blessing. And the other guys, damn, threats of violence didn't work. Shit, what do we do now? They start huddling. So, you, of course, can use magic to try and gain more information.
I'm actually gonna try something right out of the gate.
Sure.
Okay. Clearly, this is a magical place. I mean, given who I've met so far, there must be some sort of life-extending magic going on here. So clearly, you, sir, must have had your life extended. Not merely to just for the sake of it, but to some purpose. Your purpose, then, is, one, to provide this obstacle, but also to give out the key. If you fail to give out the key, then your very extended life would have been to no purpose. I'm using content creator to coerce self.
Okay, yeah. Go ahead, give me a roll.
25 out of 48.
What does that defend?
Self defends with notice.
All right, he says. Well, you make a good point, but it would also be failing my duty if I give it to the wrong person.
Oh, absolutely fair.
Yeah.
Give me a minute so that I might consider that part.
All right, yeah. Take all the time you want, champ. All right. Yeah. Do you want me to move on, or while you think about your next?
Yeah.
Okay. So, Glenn, you are in an assembly line at Ford, and you look around, and they've just put in these goddamn robots.
They took our jobs.
They're in the process of taking your jobs.
Taking our job.
As you walk to one, you see one actually buckles. The supports under it buckle, and then it starts falling on you.
Oh, hell.
Yep. What's your violence at?
3.
Yeah, give me a violence check.
Defend with fitness. No.
Yeah.
Fail.
Dying sucks, it turns out.
Yeah. I should say so.
Yep. So the Pirate King tries sniffs at the flask and critically fails. So he's basically having a seizure too. It's like, oh god, it hurts. I'm dying and it hurts the entire time. So yeah, you realize how you died at least. You're the first human crushed by a robot, killed by a robot. Congratulations.
That's how it starts.
It is how it started in 1979. So,
do I have to identify the person by name or just describe how they died?
You have to identify the person by name.
Okay. Do I know this?
I will allow you. Well, yeah, you failed your check, so you don't have the presence of mind. So if you can think about, you remember everything about that vision. So you can tell me where that information would be in that vision, and then you can figure it out.
I must have had a uniform.
Yep. There you go. Yeah, you had a name tag.
It had a name tag.
You looked down at your name tag,
yeah.
and your name is Robert Williams.
Robert Williams. Okay.
So you've got.
As soon as I come to, I will deliver that information.
All right, you're tied at 1 each.
All right.
So that's how this is going to work. I got to look up fucked up ways people die. There's a Wikipedia page for a list of unusual deaths. That's pretty interesting. Let's see here. Meanwhile, Cici. Let's see here. Cici, you are. So you make the clothes for her meeting this new person, this new guy, and she walks out, and then she comes back, and she looks a little older than before, but she is. I need something sensible. I just gave birth, and I need something. I still have a lot of duties. I have to maintain the house, and my husband is away, and I need to look after everything. But I still a mother, and so yeah.
I am going to make her a very specific wedding dress, Ross. Mm-hmm. It is going to be the first wedding dress to feature a certain dye. Okay. That dye being mauvine, because I'm fairly certain that I'm speaking to Queen Victoria, and she wore the wedding dress that brought purple to the world.
Interesting. All right. Give me a secrecy check.
That is a 62, but I am going to flip that with my rage at reactionaries.
Yeah. Absolute monarchs, kind of, yeah. All right, with that, you're actually very close, but you realize Queen Victoria was following the archetype, an older archetype, an archetype that maybe not be one of the invisible clergy, but definitely dates back to a certain myth cycle.
The Queen in Exile, Cleopatra?
No, something English with a round table.
The Guinevere.
Yep. And so you need something for a Guinevere. And you can see, and you look back and you can see that the PSA Occultist mom is actually trying to assemble some sort of queen outfit, but she is not as skilled at this stuff as you are.
Okay, so this is going to be a Vestomancer.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to get the one that has the perfect embroidery.
Okay.
Because I'm going to know it. That's a 14.
Mm-hmm. All right. Yeah, you do find it. And so you're working away. Yeah, she passes through and comes back to the, yeah. So she's repeating the cycle. But you notice things change about her. Whoever this woman is, she's repeating the Guinevere myth in real time in throughout history. She is reincarnating into different places and times.
So with that, the other thing that I'm going to include when I hand her the outfit is going to be a man's handkerchief with his cologne on it.
Ooh, all right, good touch. All right, so we'll get back to you on that.
Or rather, Lancelot's.
Ooh,
I want to make sure to specify which is.
So, yeah. So they come back and the other guys come back and they say, okay, what if we split the treasure with you? And the guy just says, well, at least that's a rational approach. But I mean, your selfishness of everyone in general is big no. And so they go, damn. Yeah. So they tried again but failed with bribery. They've tried violence, then they tried bribery. You don't know what they'll try next. And both of those approaches failed. So what is your approach? Why are you worthy, I guess, is what you've settled on.
Anger, bargaining. What are the other three?
Yeah, go for it.
Acceptance.
Never.
There's probably no way I could just out and out convince you of this. It's a pretty tall order, and obviously you're pretty savvy. But I'm going to trust that some part of what you've got going on here is a way to, divine people's actual intentions. So I think you can pretty much figure out that if there's a reason I'm worthy for this, it's because I literally am not doing this for the treasure. I am doing it for the pursuit.
Yeah, but you're still going to get the treasure. So,
okay, look at the rest of my life so far. Do you think that's actually going to matter in the short term, or is something else going to rise up and pull the rug right out from under me?
I mean, what are you? What? All right. Give me connect, or what do you want to roll for that?
I'll try connect.
All right.
Oh boy. That's a critical fail.
All right. Well, but that's the other question then is are you able to do something with the treasure without it being taken from you by one of these, by a miscreant, someone unworthy of it? So yeah, maybe you're just too weak and too soft to deserve it. We need someone strong and wise. And I haven't seen strong and wise in a long time.
Well,
yeah,
that's the one thing. I mean, it's not just about me, right? This whole weird magic thing, it's about being part of a cabal. So, yeah, I'm not the strong and wise one. I'm, the innocent, pure soul here. My friends are the strong and wise ones. I mean, one of them got his ass kicked out of the seminary for, getting too deep in the drink. And what does he do instead of going into rehab? He finds a way to motherfucking turn the drinking into his power. And then my other friend that's over there is a fucking, gigantic beanpole of a gay haberdasher in southern Illinois. How strong do you think he has to fucking be?
All right.
Rather strong, and thank you for that.
All right. I'll give you another roll for that. I'll say that makes up for the critical fail.
I love you, Nate.
I guess I'm just going to have to go for connect again.
Yeah.
Nothing else really. Yeah.
Can you flip it?
I can.
Yeah.
Noble passion, preserving the memory. I'm doing this mostly to document the trip of getting the treasure.
All right. So yeah, you do that. And so we'll get back to you in just a second.
Which one's next?
Let's see here. There's 2, which is a metal flask that is dusty.
You said the pirate was going after the flask next.
Yeah, and he had a bad roll. He had a critical fail, so he doesn't.
Skunk him.
Doing it.
All right. Give me a helplessness check.
Ah, shit.
You have a vision of you dying of something in a fucking hospital.
Can I? Okay, that last hit was pretty strong. Can I kind of go easy on this one?
Yeah, you can. What's your helplessness at?
It's at 4.
All right, actually, you can do 4 and not have to make a check.
Okay.
So you get a vision of blurry, muted vision, like a distant memory that you're just now remembering.
More importantly, I have 4 failures on that track. I can't.
Yeah. All right, that's fair. So
right,
what you remember is, first you dying in a hospital. You hear a nurse mutter something about malaria, but 2, you have another memory of you being inside a stone hallway that's very cramped.
Oh.
And you're looking at this fancy door and unwrapping a rope around a barred door. You can't. It's very blurry. You can't make out what's on the door. There's something there. Yeah.
What were the initials on the flask again?
GH.
I was untying a rope from a door.
Yeah.
I forget the guy's name, but yeah.
You wake up and you're not suffering anything, so you go tell your buddies about it, so you can help each other because this is not like this is a collaborative thing.
Yeah, booking it to which room is closest.
They're both equidistant. I'm not going to be picky.
Okay, yeah, you're the lore master, so going to Nate.
Yeah. I mean, it really sounds like you were part of the Carter expedition that excavated King Tut's tomb. So you died due to the Pharaoh's curse.
Sweet. Do you know what the fellow's name was?
Is there a roll that we can make for that one?
Knowledge. Or you can Google it. You make a knowledge check and I'll Google it at the table.
Okay. So my rage passion is sellouts.
Okay.
Tomb Raiders?
No. I mean, really, I'm gonna look at the other guys who have so bought into this whole thing that part of this whole Pomo magic thing is actually letting your freak flag hang out there. And they have so commoditized this, they've turned themselves present but indetectable.
Mm-hmm.
They've taken all the fun out of it.
All right, yeah.
So that flips it into 14.
All right.
Out of 40.
It's George Herbert, the 5th Earl of Carnarvon, was the financial backer at the search for King Tutankhamun's tomb in the Valley of Kings. And he died of malaria.
Yes. Malaria.
In Cairo.
Not Cairo.
Yep.
I see what you did there.
Yeah. So you get a second one. Good job.
Thanks.
And way to skunk him.
Yep. So let's see here. You have
that one for nothing.
You have a bag with Cyrillic writing on it with a little straw connected to it. You have a silver glass of hot milk.
Please go for that one.
Yeah.
I have a feeling.
The plastic bag?
Oh, wait, does it look fairly modern?
Yeah.
Because if you were going to narratively describe the death of Rasputin...
No, it's very modern. It's
Yeah.
That would be the death of a Russian cosmonaut in space.
Space!
Fucking studied history in high school, in public school.
Yeah. Oh, no. All right.
I'm really curious about the mercury. This is a horrible idea, but...
You gonna drink some motherfucking mercury?
Yeah, just a little bit.
Oh my god. Well,
Okay.
kudos to you.
You can swish it and spit it out.
Okay, actually, I have a pertinent question.
Yeah.
Can I cast Hold My Liquor to inhibit the...
What does that do again? Does that prevent the effects of the alcohol?
It prevents my drunk penalty for one action. Can I use that to inhibit the poison and or like wipe out effect? Still get the hallucination, but not pass out?
Yes. I will allow it, but if you fail your Dpsomancy check, you've still swished it.
I've still drunk mercury.
Yes.
That's fair.
And mercury isn't instantly fatal. Like, it's bad.
But it's bad, yeah.
It's not good to drink.
Well, ever since the last session, I've kind of realized my character has a bit of a
self-destructive streak.
Downward spiral.
Yeah, you're a Dpsomancer. This goes without saying.
Yeah.
You're an unknown Armies character.
I may be multi-classing into Entropomancy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't you fuck me on this. That makes 63 under 65.
Ooh,
nice.
Yeah. This is going to be on the unnatural meter because it's mercury poison and that causes bad things to you. That's really weird. How many? You can
5
choose
an unnatural.
All right, you can take it up to 5. Yeah, you're wearing silk robes. Someone's talking to you in a language you don't recognize at all. It looks like China. You're in China, and someone is showing you a sketch of a bunch of warriors standing in formation. That's what you see. At 5 you can get all that, but you don't speak. If you wanted to take another switch and go with higher natural, you could suddenly learn Chinese, ancient Chinese. This is real old. So, if any of you have in real life any clue about what this is referring to,
I mean,
no smeg an idea.
do you? Yeah.
Well, yeah, it's the Terracotta Warriors. But...
Yeah, but also Mercury. You can give me a knowledge. Yeah, I'll let you make a knowledge check.
I was about to say, I know that there was...
Or actually, no, this is secrecy because this is weird shit.
Yeah, the only thing that jumps out to me is that mercury is also known as quicksilver.
Yeah, I mean, that is true.
Come on.
But the secrecy, I'll give you information about this.
Help me out here. That's 21. That hits.
All right. Mercury, an ancient Taoist alchemist belief, was a way to extend life. Much as Western alchemists were obsessed with turning lead into gold, with the so-called Philosopher's Stone, Eastern ones were preoccupied with extending the life of emperors. They thought drinking mercury would do that. Ingesting mercury. So that is with a 21. It is the Emperor Qin Shi Huang, 210 BC, who, fun fact, his tomb is still sealed. Not that they don't know where it is. They know exactly where it is. It's that they're afraid to open it because, one, they might break a bunch of shit because, his tomb itself is, surrounded by terracotta warriors, but it's just exposure to air and all that. Also, two, probably filled with deadly mercury.
Oh, yeah.
So that's really bad. You don't want to open that up.
It's almost like the guy was, shotgunning mercury through parts of his life?
Yep. Trying to extend his life.
And it might be fumed?
Yep. It might be full of toxic chemicals. So, you got 3 of them. At this point, the Pirate King has recovered. And he is just diving for the bowl of hot milk. So if you get the majority of them, you cannot lose. So if you get one more...
I'll dive on that plastic bag.
Well, let's you know you got.
I have 3 now because I got.
He's got 1 because he crit failed the second one.
And you skunked him.
Yeah. So yeah, basically what's left is the hot milk and the plastic bag with Cyrillic writing. So anyways, we'll come back to you about that. So Cici, you create a queen's outfit, something for all aspects of life. The all 4 seasons.
And if I may tell you some of the things that I'm going to do with that, there's going to be some intricate bits to the lacing. One of the things is that the sleeves are going to be removable and they tie back on, so that she can swap out these long, heavy sleeves for the winter versus these lighter weight sleeves for the spring. It is going to be a functional gown that is going to have spots to where it can be let out and taken in as necessary. One of the things about that particular time period was that most gowns, especially for ladies and higher ranking, would have a way to open up so that they could nurse if necessary, but then close almost seamlessly. And that's going to be another aspect of the dress.
All right.
And again, it is going to be equipped with the lady's veil because it is not done to stare at the queen's face. And it also helps to hide the subterfuge actions that she is taking herself. And as I stated, I am also including a handkerchief with Lancelot's set.
All right. With that, you don't even have to roll. When you present it, it's like, I accept this is what I need. Thank you. Here is your reward. And she hands you a key.
I'm going to take it.
Yeah.
I'm going to bow. Your Majesty.
And she steps through and disappears. And with that, the PSR cultist is left fuming, but powerless, as she stomps out of the shrine. And you realize, that isn't over with, but she can't stop you now, at least to get the treasure. So she can maybe ambush you on the way out. But that's a future problem. So you got the first of the keys. Nate?
I'm going to be joining Nate next.
Yes.
By the way.
So you basically hype your teammates, right? As them being strong and wise.
Yeah.
And did you already make your skill check for that?
I did.
Okay, yeah. So very well. But will the old man said, will you swear an oath that you will not misuse the treasure? Should you be the one to receive it? To use it wisely and justly then?
I mean, probably not if it's that vague. I kind of want to know what you mean by those terms.
You tell me what oath you want to swear. I just want to hear you say you swear an oath that you will phrase it however you want. I just want to hear it.
Fine. I swear that should I receive a portion of this treasure, I will use it to pursue what have already been the nobler of my passions. To be a preserver of the past, specifically to preserve those voices that otherwise would not be heard.
Very well. And if you fail, you will be damned by your own hand. And he hands you the key. And so it is. And so it is done. So
okay. Fuck you, other guys.
Yeah, they're like, damn it, we were gonna try and lie to him next.
Yeah, that's a great idea. Beat feet.
Yeah. So yeah. So finally. So, which one were you jumping? Which cup were you jumping?
He went for the silver cup, so I went for the plastic bag.
All right. Helplessness. What do you want to put it at?
Helplessness.
Yeah. Actually, I'm going to say the minimum is 5. Like you can't.
Yeah. I'm going to take a pretty good swig out of it.
All right. So yeah, make a helplessness check.
Defense. There it is. 37 under 40. That just makes.
Yeah, get that hard notch. Because this is not good. You're in space, and you can see the Earth, and you're going down fast, and there's people yelling in through your radio in your spacesuit, and it's very chaotic, but it's getting hot in the capsule, and it's going very fast, and you don't have much time, but you're in space. And you'll be remembered by the motherland, everyone. And it's hot, and it's hotter, and it's hot. But you do remember your name. You're Victor Patsiev. You're one of the 2 humans who died outside the Earth. You died in space. And yeah.
In re-entry?
I believe so, yeah. Actually, I may have gotten that wrong. I do know that they are the only people who have ever died outside of the Earth. So you might have just I'll have to double check that.
Okay.
But yeah,
I want to hear more about these people.
Yeah. So that's significant. Let's see here. So yeah, with 4, you can't lose at this point. The Pirate King comes out just like, it was King Adolf Frederick. He died of overheating. His last dish he had was this hot milk. Yeah.
I'm sorry. It looks like you've bitten off more than you can chew.
Hey.
Victor Patsiev for the win.
Yep. All right. See,
and I'm afraid that means that it is time for us to say, "Auf Wiedersehen." You are off.
So yeah, the 3 you have the 3 keys. Your antagonists have been thwarted. They are banished from the shrine, and all that is left is to unlock the door. So the 3 of you place a key in each of the keyholes, and the door. You hear a deep unlocking sound, and the door creaks open. There's a short staircase leading up. And you can see a golden light coming from above at the top of the staircase. So as you do so, the light gets brighter and brighter. And at this point, all of your memories get a little fuzzy. And things happen like they're happening both in the past and the now. And so... yeah. What did you think the treasure was? What is the treasure?
The treasure of the Pirate Queen was some fine cask of ancient liquor that she was saving for a very special occasion.
Okay. What was the treasure again?
It was basically the audio recordings of these 2 guys getting their treasures.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. So you get contradictory audio recordings of like, we found the liquor, and then what was the treasure
of the Pirate Queen?
The regalia of the Pirate Queen. Oh yeah.
But we also all agreed upon looking that obviously there must be wealth beyond measure.
Mm-hmm.
Even if the wealth is only in 1 or 2 key items that are going to be the archaeological find of the century, the proof that we found the treasure, whether it is that or a single chest of gold, there was going to be something that was going to make it worth our while.
Yeah, that's true. There is one treasure that is, aside from those 3 things, which are all true, but there was one other thing. There was this golden treasure that was incalculably valuable, just literally priceless. And so, what did you wind up doing with it? Did you give it? Did you give it to someone? Did you spend it? Did you bury it yourself? Did it symbolize something else? Or no, it was literally gold. Or I don't know. What did you do with that last treasure? If you want, you can make some sort of knowledge check to give ideas on what you could have done with the treasure.
To attempt to have it underneath her antique shop, that'd be hilarious.
Actually, I'm going to roll up my outer sleeve,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm going to look at my inner sleeve
Mm-hmm.
and see if I have stitched myself a message to remind me as to what I did.
All right, give me a Vestomancer check.
I'm going to flip that.
Okay. Yep. And what was the message trying to tell you of? Sorry.
What did we do with that treasure?
You look at the stitching on your inner sleeve, and it says, and did you make your skill check?
I didn't go yet.
Okay. Sorry, I thought you were rolling on something. So we gave it away to a worthy person.
Yes.
Or a worthy cause. Sorry, it was a worthy cause. We gave it away to a worthy cause. So that's one thing we could have done with it. At this point, all of your memories get a little... Maybe they're the same or maybe they're not. I don't know. What do you want to roll to remember what you did with that last treasure?
Actually, I want to... So I have one minor charge hanging around.
Mm-hmm.
I know we haven't done something exactly like this, but can I? Yeah, actually, we have.
Mm-hmm.
Funny. Can I come up with EVP that's the actual audio of us?
You could, but I mean, again, okay, yeah, it says we're going
here. Put this scarf over it when you play it back. I'm going to throw a significant charge to him by handing him.
Okay.
Handing him my pocket square.
Well, we're rich. We could get. We don't have to work again. We could use it, and we could do whatever we want for the rest of our lives. We could live like kings, and yeah.
Is it our voices?
I don't know. Is it? So at this point, you realize, yeah.
These maybe sound like some other guys' voices.
That's probably true. Glenn, what do you remember doing with that last treasure?
Uh,
Because you do remember you did cause some damage. I mean, PSL has been burned to the ground as a result of your actions. You did, there's a couple of people have gone to jail. There's also all kinds of. There's, of course, for you need to at least just get some money so you can go to Alaska to tell that one girl that, she's got an inheritance.
I've got my cup, and that's valuable because that's where my sig charges come from. But then I've got my flask, and that's my flask. Mm-hmm. I used the spare apartment key for your place and scratched myself a message into my flask.
Okay. But I mean, the question: it could have been anything. But were you trying to enrich yourself? Were you trying to save somebody? Trying to help somebody else?
I was trying to help the community.
Okay. You find this message on it. You say we gave it to the fisher, of course.
That's right.
Yeah.
We said that there was a miracle. There was a possibility, and who better to help us spend the Pirate Queen's treasure than the Pirate Queen?
All right. So, that you're all talking about this, and you're all just, you're back at Tabitha's teak store in the back at a table, having a cup of coffee or a beer, reminiscing about what happened. Because that was, didn't that just happen? No, that was last year, wasn't it? No, it was a couple of years ago.
No, it was last month.
Yeah, it was last month.
Because it was before the start of this particular... Wait a minute.
But all of you do feel different. You don't remember how you got off the island. You don't remember... You do remember handing... Was it a golden... The golden treasure was like a cup or something, loaded with jewels and something. You gave that to the fisher.
Something like that.
Yeah, and...
after we took a few things from the shrine.
Yes.
I mean, I freely admit that while I was...
your plane ticket's in your back pocket. You're going off to Alaska next week.
That's right.
Actually, I know a way to pursue my research and invigorate the community, create some jobs. Could I have used some of the fortune to open a craft brewery?
Well, that's the thing. Yeah, you have a small craft brewery in Cairo to reinvigorate. Yeah, you do.
The Holy Diver.
The Holy Diver. All right. So yeah, it wasn't that long ago, but you're all here now, and you're all just reminiscing. You're telling, Tabitha's there. You were just telling her the whole story, and she's just kind of all coming out of this daze.
Good times.
And I'm sure we've told you this story at least 6 times already, Tabitha.
That feels like the first time you told me. Like you just got here. But all 3 of you do know something different. You all have that major charge. That mojo that is burning in your veins right now. The stuff that adepts kill for. You felt a bit of it when you helped the Phonomancer, but that all went into the boat. But now it's each of you have a charge, a real charge to do something. And you don't have to spend it now. As long as you don't break taboo, you can keep it for years. You could transfer it into something if you wanted to, if you're concerned about breaking taboo. There's a lot you can do with it. But what? Yeah. Are you going to hold on to it for now, or do you know how you want to spend that?
I have an idea.
Okay.
But
as a fact, Bill, if you want to look it up, you could read up what Vestomancer could do with a major charge.
Yeah.
Dpsomancer can forcibly exchange bodies with someone else, move a group of 20 people to any location in the world, raise the dead, hideous half-living creatures only. We'll see about that. Maybe, I don't know. I'll pocket this.
Okay.
I know one thing that a Vestomancer can do with it is create an entirely new garment.
Mm-hmm.
And it's as in something.
Well, I think that's a way to generate one, but I guess you could use it to, if you wanted to create, a new fashion trend.
Or name a color after myself.
Okay. Yeah, you could do that. Where does the color lie between? What 2 other shades? Are they 2 shades of purple? Or is it something different entirely? Do we see the color between red and green that no one else was able to see before? The tetrachromatic color?
You can see ultraviolet.
Yeah. Is that the new? Yeah. Or no, everyone can see ultraviolet. That's what happens. So yeah.
Suddenly we all get okay, just to throw it out there, the last time that a color changed the world, real life, we are talking Mauvine dye. Mm-hmm. And it was entirely because it was a way to make purple accessible to the people, but it also pioneered artificial dyes. Mm-hmm. So the world got a lot more vibrant at that point.
Sure.
What I'm thinking is whatever color I put in to the wheel, I'm basically going to be giving us the equivalent of mantis shrimp vision.
Create a new color that everyone else remembers as always existing, which happens to share your name. Oh, that red, white, and Greg's sweater is really cute.
Yeah, so everyone can now see Cici. Like, there's literally...
everyone can see Cassius.
Sorry. Yeah. And Nate,
that's one of them.
They were sort of in charge of territories with that.
Oh, yeah, there were other ones. I just thought it was really fitting that it was exactly, the one
the red, white, and gray.
Talking about. Yeah. I also appreciate how Stolze took the opportunity to shout himself out there.
Right?
Pick a hot couture designer and inflict total retrograde amnesia on the next 20 people to wear their creations. Create a global craze for your handmade mittens, forcing their aftermarket prices into the tens or even hundreds of thousands of euros. Or create a new color.
Yeah, that's probably a good way to do it.
Yeah, it's going to be the color.
So, what about you, Nate? What is your charge? So that obviously this is sort of uncharted territory because Phonomancers are not written out per se. Yeah,
major charges generally are uncharted territory.
Yeah.
The problem is at this point, it seems a little bit redundant to say I'm going to push audio only media into the mainstream because it's swiftly getting there. So I'm just going to make the next serial.
Okay. Are you trying? What is your goal with your massive hit podcast, multi-million-dollar empire podcast?
It's going to be called Flyover Country.
Yeah,
and it's going to be smaller scale. It's not going to be as true crime and stuff, but it's going to be I mean, real stories from flyover country and just, trying to in some way bridge partisan divides.
So, what you do is you wind
we
up...
all just need to listen to each other.
What winds up happening over time is that your podcast starts reversing the urbanization of the country as people start moving out of larger cities and populating, and thus, decreasing the partisan nature of red rural areas and blue cities. It becomes more purple as a result, as people start...
You and I both made the world more purple.
yeah, exactly. Quite literally, in both literal and a political sense. And all of you listen to the news as there's a breaking story about the new a massive heist, a digital heist, has been pulled off. Over $10 billion have been stolen from various very profitable corporations, particularly ones targeting those that were drilling in the Gulf Coast. Over several $billion has been taken, and a massive document dive has been posted online, revealing all their dirty secrets and tradings. The analysts are saying this is going to be devastating to the fossil fuel industry. Perhaps they may not even with all the government help, they will not be able to recover. It is all they know is that the pirate queen is behind it, and the notorious environmental activist turned cyber criminal who is unmatched, and known for her tendency to reallocate funds throughout the world, not keeping them for herself. So,
welcome back, Fisher. Missed you.
We certainly have. We're watching this on an LCD screen in a corner of my tasting room.
Mm-hmm.
We raise a glass to the Pirate Queen, and there is a tarantula named Jack crawling up my arm.
All right. So, and a cheers, and so wins the treasure hunt.
Please tell me that you made this out of Saskatoon berries?
Oh, naturally.
Yes. You know what that means?
What?
We all three made the world a more purple place, Ross.
All right. And that ends the campaign. So we will talk to you guys next time.
Bye.